Just to put a little context here as to what's going on. I've mentioned a few of the issues that are ostensibly on the table, but this gathering of these three leaders, an interesting collection. Tell me what you think is the subtext here.
Well, I think the subtext is that both the conflict in Ukraine and the conflict in Syria are at pivotal points. This is primarily with respect to Russia and Turkey, which are deeply involved in both of these conflicts. And then Iran, of course, plays an important role in Syria as well. But given where developments are in both of these conflicts, I think there's been a decision on the part of the leadership that it's time to hold an in-person summit to try and break the deadlock around some of the issues that have been building up in both of these regions.
What are the issues in Syria? I mean, that's very much fallen off the front page in recent months, so obviously for reasons that are fairly clear. Well, what is the situation there, and what is to be discussed?
Well, Turkey had been seemingly preparing to conduct another cross-border operation against Kurdish forces in northern Syria. And Russia and, in a less direct way, Iran, which are backing the Syrian government, which is also on roughly the same side with the Syrian Kurds, have objected to Turkey's interest in conducting another operation. And given the wider context with the negotiations over opening the grain corridor in Ukraine and economic vulnerabilities that Turkey has, I think the Turkish government decided that Russian and Iranian opposition to their conducting a military operation in Syria was sufficient, that they weren't going to be able to do that. Turkey, meanwhile, of course, is trying to negotiate some kind of agreement between Russia and Ukraine that would allow grain exports in the Black Sea to resume. And this is very important, not only globally because of the impact on food prices and the potential for famine, but it has important political implications for Erdogan domestically as well. His domestic situation is deteriorating. The Turkish economy is in a very bad state right now. Erdogan faces an election next year, and so has really been trying to change the subject to foreign policy to position Turkey as kind of a pivotal player. And part of that, centers on trying to open up this grain corridor. But at the same time, getting Russia on board for that also requires not crossing what Russia considers to be its red lines in Syria. And so in that sense, both of these issues, both of these conflicts are very much interlinked.